Well, I'm alone again. That was the line that came to mind. I'm alone again. And I put down my computer and phone. And I don't know, I think the poet's and artist's voice is definitely being alone. Um, you're alone with what it is to be human. Um, I'm so used to judging other people's talking into the computer and being honest as if it were embarrassing. I've really reached sort of meteoric highs now as myself, which always seems and looks ridiculous to hear myself say and know that I'm putting it on this camera. But really, I've become really the guy who I've talked about, which is where you like burn very deep all down your, call it the perceptual stem, sort of all the way down to the bottom and the beginning and the origin and the center of all things. And you get in touch with that hot magma core of the earth. And I think really it's just kind of frightening to realize that all I've said and all I know and all I've read about being an artist and a poet is true, and that you really are universal, and that you're like swimming along with the course of all of existence, all of matter, all of energy, and certainly all of longing. I'm in touch with everyone I know who is in love, who's in a relationship, who's working. It's like I'm in touch with everything. And I think this is just merely being, and I've just like put a name on it. I haven't put a name on it, but I'm sort of looking right at it, and I'm talking about it. So I'm talking about being. And there's a great podcast called On Being, and it sort of makes sense. And to look at the thing, I don't know, you then become like and in league with the others who are doing the same thing. Poets. That's really it. Mystics, shamans. And this, what I'm recording, is definitely not a course. It is content. This is a lot like writing, where you just sit down and let what flows flow. And you kind of surrender to the voice at the center of you, the center of your perception, right? And it's like, I can't go back and change what images I've exposed myself to. In a big sense, I'm just kind of regurgitating the concepts and images that I've sort of inhaled and consumed over the course of my time, mostly on the internet from, say, 2010 to 2020. And it's like, well, I'm now gonna just like be sort of like playing back that tape, that script. But it's always a remix, right? It's never just a pure regurgitation. Though I would say that my, say, social performance and performance art of me kind of speaking from my brainstem is sort of an experience of big data. It's sort of an experience of looking at a data set, right? It's like to watch me talk is to look at what I've looked at. Everywhere we turn is just a portal to looking at a slight refraction of infinity, right? Everything we look at is a lens. And the Belgian painter Rene Magritte talks about how everything we see hides another thing. There's always it's like you look at any discrete object, and in it you also see, or I also see, what is not there and what it isn't. and everything I know is around it. Everything I know is behind the wall behind it. So that's maybe just a function of what I see when I look at things, which, you know, makes me a philosopher in that, you know, they sort of argue all their life and kind of talk about seeing and what it is to be a thing. You know, you look at a tree and it's like, well, is the tree, what is that? What is the word tree? Can my sense of what it is relate to and understand and honor your sense of what it is? And I think maybe the question of humanity is like, can we see and live in the unagreeability, if that's a word, the fact that I'll never know if you see what I see. We can't know if what I mean and what I mean to get across gets across to you and you get it. So I don't know. You know, I think this could never be like a university lecture, because it is art. It is the creative process. You know, figuring it out as I go. And it's not like I struggle with that. It's not like, oh God, like I can't, like I've given up on wanting to know where I'm going to end up when I start recording something like this, right? I mean, I sort of love this, you know, form of the 10-minute video where you don't know where it's going to go. I'm very interested in that and kind of letting it loose and sort of letting it become what it is. I don't love the video quality here. I'm going to turn this light on. Should I keep it going? Sure. Let's go full blown. Creativity and process. Creativity and process. So yeah, I've been singing a lot, and plugging this light in down here in my living room, and popping back around here. Don't change the channel just yet. We're almost back. Get this lamp lit up a little bit. Maybe get a little more color on me there. I'm not quite sure what's happening with the smudge on this front-facing camera, but anyway, let's see if we can adjust that at all. Is there a light coming up from somewhere, bouncing? We'll live with it. So yeah, I mean the free form, free play of just the nature of creating something new, right? And it's like, I'm gonna go and post this on YouTube and it'll get 2 or 5 views. But this is how I see my work and my purpose, right? And nobody can tell me what my work is. Nobody can tell me what to do. I used to resist that a lot, being told what to do. But now it's just like a foregone conclusion that I work this way, that you just listen to intuition and let it come up and out and let it happen and let it go where you don't know where it's going to go. And it's amazing what can happen in 1 hour. I mean, imagine if I did 6 of these, 6 10-minute videos of me free flow talking to the camera and posting it on YouTube. Imagine what could happen. What a productive hour, right? To discover what you might do next, right? I mean, I'm in the middle of conversations about business models and strategies and what to do with my writing and my mind and my network and my style of reading the internet and texting, emailing, you know. So much can be said. Yeah, and you know, I've read before that the artist is most alive when he's overwhelmed by what he has to say. So I think right now I'm very intensely alive. I'd say that's my status report right now, late July 2020. I'm very, very alive. And every minute is really exciting. And every hour is going somewhere really new. So that's it.